Hey folks, Real Honesty with Jonn Ritland. I'm Jonn Ritland. That
It's the Terminator.
and we are here with a Raw LA review where, boy, the commentary was ass tonight.
Yeah, it's like Corey Graves has to carry another show again.
And even he was botching some. I mean, people were botching names.
I mean, when you have to carry the show for that long,
Yeah, that's
sometimes the weight can...
And Cole, yeah, true. And Cole, seriously, make Cole a producer, put somebody else on commentary. Have Nigel be the leader. I think Nigel could do just fine.
Mm-hmm.
Or somebody, just...
Or Corey.
Or go to a two-man booth and have Corey and Booker. Even though I want... Seriously, but you know what? Affirmative action, Chris. That's why.
No.
I'm not saying it's why it should be the case. But other than that, honestly, Raw was pretty damn good. It was. It had some good long matches. The commentary is just really bad, but even though we laughed at it, it's gotten to the point now where we're laughing at it.
Which is not a good thing.
No.
Unless it's intentional.
Yes. Booker T, I think, Ebonics is not a legitimate language for him. Anyway, Kurt and Jason Jordan start to think, well, Kurt Angle starts out, gets a big pop, and then Jason Jordan,
In the city of Kurt Angeles.
Is that what you're going to call this?
Oh, no, it's going to be
Because
Los Kurt Angeles.
Oh, there you go. Okay, no, I like that.
That way it's a little bit more obvious because some people search Los Angeles, so you know.
Yes. But Jason Jordan got so many...
put on views.
Yes, so many views. You know what? Hey, just having fun. Past 71,000 views recently. Jason Jordan, so many goddamn boos. Oh my god. But you had an epiphany during this.
Well, they've been building up to this for a while. The plan from the beginning, and I think I've said this from the beginning.
I think you did.
Was he is going to go heel.
That's what should happen.
Because imagine throwing somebody from off of American Alpha and then making him a heel immediately. They're doing a natural progression, which is something they don't do very often.
Well, at least well. Because they try doing
that too.
Yes.
When they do a
build.
Yeah, an actual build. Mm-hmm. It doesn't quite go through correctly. See Jinder Mahal for details.
See Enzo, his Cruiserweight Champion, for details. See,
I think he's doing his stuff just right, though.
Good. Can you do it off camera, though? That's all I ask. Anyway.
Eventually. Just right now, it was... People are paying more attention to 205 Live to see Enzo get beat the shit out of. But
which I guess is the only thing they can do. We'll get to that, though, in a bit.
Yeah.
But you're right about Jason Jordan. Reigns then comes out, cuts his typical promo. Though, I will admit, he did have a few good jabs at Jason Jordan. Just his reaction, Jason Jordan, I will take you on. And Reigns just looks like...
He's like, what the hell are you talking about?
And of course, Samoa Joe...
Get off my lawn!
Kurt's not that old.
Well, it's his yard.
This is true. Harrison Ford, get off my plane. Damn it, Harrison, you're not even flying. So, Samoa Joe, of course, is out there. You have Joe on Joe action. Wait, gross. Should have phrased that better, I suppose. Samoan Joe on Samoan Joe action. Should I keep going with this? No, I don't think I should. It was a fine opening segment, though. It actually wasn't that bad, in spite of my terrible jokes, and in spite of the commentary being ass. And then we had Reigns versus Jason Jordan, because Jason Jordan, during this whole segment, decides to belly-to-belly suplex Roman Reigns.
They made him look like a serious threat.
Yeah.
But also made sure that Roman beat him. Which is exactly what needs to be done right now. You can't have him beating your IC champion this quickly.
The match with Elias last week was better, though. I mean, to me.
Oh, yeah.
And that's nothing against Jason Jordan.
You've got to build Jason correctly, though. He's going to have to finally admit to himself that face tactics don't work for him anymore. Yeah. If he wants to play with the big dogs, that's not a pun on Roman Reigns, he's going to need to play dirty.
Very dirty.
I'm not just saying... Wow.
I'll say it because he is.
Yeah. But regardless of jokes aside, they are going on the right path with Jason if they want to turn him heel.
If they don't want to turn him heel, then what the fuck?
Yeah. Because it's a lot like Elias. Whenever he broke out his guitar, he would just get booed.
And
then people start wanting to watch what happens next. And that's probably what's going to end up happening with Jason Jordan if they continue doing this right.
Less so with Reigns.
It doesn't seem like they're doing it right, but trust me, I'm a doctor.
You are?
No, but I have operated on people.
Legally? All right.
Define legal.
Were they awake?
God, no.
Okay. They were dead, weren't they?
Before or after?
Yes.
Let's move forward.
Okay, moving on.
We're wasting time.
Joe attacks Reigns again, and then Jordan attacks Joe, and then Joe Superman punches Jordan. Wait. Reigns Superman punches Jason Jordan. It was a fine opening match. It was fine stuff. Good storytelling. Then Joe attacks Jason Jordan, where a couch just suddenly hit Jason Jordan.
Choo-choo! That was in the off-camera segment.
That was the off.
First, Jason Jordan started challenging Samoa Joe. Roman Reigns Superman punched him.
Yeah. But then you had the whole thing backstage where Kurt Angle saying, I'm not going to give you these opportunities just because you're my black son. And then suddenly Samoa Joe just runs him into the wall.
This is going to end up in a 3-man match in the coming weeks.
Yes. Probably, maybe not next week. Probably, I would say, don't make it the Christmas episode because no one's going to be watching except probably me. I don't know about you because you might be time with family, but we'll decide on that later. Paige.
Yeah, we're going out for Christmas, so.
All good, man. I'll review it by myself. Paige of the group FAP Solution. I'm going to stick with that. Of course, Sonya Deville, Mandy Moore at ringside to be better. Mandy Rose at ringside. God damn it. I got pop music on the brain.
Concussion sent you back to the 90s?
Sent me back to before I had concussions. Well, more of them. Mandy Rose, who still sounds like a robot. Sorry, she just does. Of course, Sasha is there, and of course you got Bayley and Mickey at ringside.
Yeah.
And it was fine. It was fine. It was a good match. It was long. Sasha's hair nearly came off.
That was kind of hilarious.
And I know that Paige has been through a lot, and I know she's pale, and I'm not knocking the fact she's pale. Fair skin's cool. That's great.
Yeah.
But the makeup, not good at all.
It's like pancake mix.
And that's not a knock against Paige. That's a knock
Which now
against...
makes me question where Biggie got those pancakes.
Flapjacked them off?
Let's hope not.
Right. Where do you think the syrup came from? Anyway, so long matches tonight, though. We are an hour in, and this is the second match.
Yeah.
This
was a slow episode, a slow build.
Slow build, but good. And they did some good stuff with the women. Paige got the win, obviously, as the other women are brawling on the outside. Should have happened. Elias is gold. Talking to Kurt Angle and everything and interrupting him. Oh, I'll find an opponent for you tonight, Elias. Which we will get to in a bit. But then...
They should not have done that.
No. You made a terrible mistake, haven't you? And then, of course, you get Kane and Braun with the big two-monster package.
Didn't I beat you up? I swear I beat you up.
And then we'll get to that match later. So many recaps, though. So many recaps.
Oh, God. If they were cut out a lot of the needless recaps, the show would not have gone over 11 minutes.
To be fair, though, they always go to 8:05 anyway. But I agree with what you're saying. They wouldn't have gone the extra 6.
You don't need these recaps.
You don't need at least as many of them. We don't all have ADD. We all remember... Wait, what?
What?
Yeah.
Squirrel!
But so many bad commentary lines. So many. That was the worst part of it, though. Honestly, match quality was fine. Storytelling was fine. And then, of course... You have Enzo hyping up the Zo train, and then suddenly Nia appears there. Don't you fucking dare do this. Don't you fucking dare.
I think that's probably like a penalty for walking out like she did.
You know, and that's possible.
And then going on Twitter and talking about getting body shamed, and Vince being the old school guy that he is, like, you were complaining? Enzo Amore, he's your new boyfriend.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just, look.
Hey, at least Enzo will have a great wrestler as an enforcer. He'll be the Ellsworth to Carmella.
Yeah, true. Look, Nia tried. I'm not the biggest
Actually,
fan
no,
of
that's a bad comparison because Nia's far better.
And Carmella's not bad in the ring, but of course Ellsworth is better than Enzo. He has more championships to his name. But here's the thing: I'm not the biggest fan of Nia, but I think that if she can adjust her attitude, then she can have a better 2018 and can have a better career.
Yeah.
And so this is why would you just take the goddamn title off the guy and put him as a manager? No, play to his strengths.
They're going to be bringing in Hideo Itami. My guess is before I'd say either Gulak or who else is it? Swan. Mm-hmm. I'd say Gulak wins against Swan. Mm-hmm. And then pretty much just lays down in the middle of the ring in his match against Enzo. And Enzo pins him.
And then Hideo debuts.
Yes.
And then hopefully caves Enzo's head in. It kind of needs that. No, not kayfabe. It doesn't actually need to have that happen.
Wait, I'm sorry. You said get his head caved in, and then you look at me and go, not kayfabe. Like, so for realsies?
I mean kayfabe. I meant to say not for real, but I ended up saying that. Look, here's the thing. It's just, I don't get...
A little Freudian slip.
Just, right.
Sounds like an uncomfortable piece of clothing.
How do you not know that he wasn't that kind, just given what he was into? Anyway, Nia and Enzo, I just, no, I'm not... No, this is a terrible idea. This is a goddamn terrible idea. Nice, Gulak, Ali, and Alexander is a four-way. And it was determined, of course, Gulak won because we spoiled that. But hey, it was
the
great.
whitest guy we know.
And how are you two? S-O-F-T. Soft. Great. He's so goddamn entertaining.
Yes.
The C4 off the top, though, that Cedric Alexander did, my God. My God. I mean, what do we say?
And my God.
This is probably...
John Travolta.
What did... This was the biggest that the crowd reacted to the Cruiserweights since the Cruiserweight Classic, or at least in a number of months. They were popping, they were cheering and everything.
And maybe in a few short years they'll get on TV like NXT's going to.
Probably just for the short term. I think they're only doing that as a test run to see how it does. And
hopefully very well.
Hopefully. We won't be reviewing that, by the way. I mean, you might. You can review it if you want. I'll be working. But anyway, wait, this week?
Next week.
Next week, yeah, I'll be working. Anyway, this is a good cruiserweight match. So far we're 3 for 3, and Gulak winning was fine. And to tell that story, or he lays down and then rolls up Enzo and pits him, and then Gulak screws him.
Groundwork.
That'd be nice. And then, they cut off Gulak's presentation, which I was a little disappointed by, to show more recaps.
His PowerPoint
presentation. So great. Elias is out there getting super over and everything, and his opponent Braun, and he had the appropriate reaction to Braun's music. Pure, unadulterated fear. And
you guys smell that?
And now, I mean, I like Elias, and this was a fun segment. It actually sort of worked. I mean, he got a little offense in, not much, but he did hit Braun with the guitar, and then looked at him like, well...
Feel all confident, and then Braun turns around, and he's like...
It's like Wile E. Coyote, like, you know, before he gets blown up or something. It was great stuff, though. He destroys Elias, but this doesn't mean Elias is buried. I think Elias is going to do just fine. He could be a mid-card champion by Mania, which I'm for. Then
Takes
Kane...
it off of Roman.
Yes. Actually, you know what? Take it off before the Rumble. I like that. Kane and Braun next week. Please let this be the blow-off to the feud. I'm sorry. I like Kane, but he doesn't need to be wrestling and be like a serious threat.
He isn't.
He's not. He's still good.
He's everyone's favorite angry grandpa.
Grandpa Glenn is upset. He's still good in the ring for his age.
Well, you can't have someone in the ring that you've got to wrestle with kid gloves on.
True. Well, that was what worried me about Angle at TLC.
Yeah.
Like how safe Braun was. But this should be the
Braun is strong enough to maintain the control necessary to wrestle with these guys.
And that's why he's safe to work with. So this should be the blowout to the feud. Braun will obviously win. Asuka versus Alicia. Well, it was decent. It went longer than the matches with Dana Brooke, which is good. Alicia got in some nice offense. Of course, she ended up succumbing to Asuka, which that's not a euphemism. I'm okay. No, I was fine watching Asuka. I was not.
Yeah.
Good match for what it was.
More build up to a feud between Paige and Asuka.
And which is good. You nurse this thing, not in a fetish way, to Mania.
Yes.
Have Asuka win the Royal Rumble, the Women's Royal Rumble.
Right.
Have Paige beat Alexa either before the Rumble or at the Rumble. And yeah, Paige might only get a 2-month run, but you build to that. So keep doing that.
Or a 1-week run by women's division standards, apparently.
God.
Hot potato!
Hooray!
We haven't done that for a while, but...
This is true. Alexa's actually had the title for a couple months. Yay. Then you had Balor versus Bo, the bowler, the bowler. Shout out to I Am Justified for that. It was okay. It was alright. Balor won.
The expected result.
Nothing against Bo.
Bo put on a good match.
Bo's a very good wrestler. And then we get to the highlight of the show. Matt's awakening. Bray and Matt having the laugh off in the exchange. And it was goddamn wonderful.
You get like this, just this intense, dark Bray Wyatt. And then you cut to Matt Hardy behind like this powder blue background. And he's like,
just having so much fun with it. It's just
wonderful.
So goddamn great.
Oh God,
just goddamn great.
It was such a great juxtaposition that, like, the abrupt differences between the two of them was just amazing.
Yeah.
I don't know why that was so damn good, but I was laughing. And I was excited to see what came out of this plot line out of one promo. And I don't know why, because I didn't watch TNA. I didn't get exposed to a lot of the broken Matt Hardy stuff, but
it was fun at times, but it was also a mess. It helped.
It's the enthusiasm that he brings to that.
That's it.
And I think him and Bray Wyatt will play off of each other very well.
They will.
Because their gimmicks are the same, but different. Yeah. Still the same.
Yeah, it works for both. And here's the thing. About Impact, it had a short shelf life there. He needed to leave Impact if he wanted to do the character somewhere else. They needed to rebrand and everything. The character's only got a shelf life till about SummerSlam next year. That's my opinion, of course.
And at that point, I'd say solo, it would go through to SummerSlam. But in a stable, this could go on for
a year.
2-3 years.
Yeah, 2-3 years. Maybe a year and a half.
Because you'd build people up. You'd bring people into this group of just spoopy individuals.
Spoopy. I like it. Here's my idea for what you could do with Bray and Matt after, building up to the Rumble. Okay, you have them feud and this kind of stuff, the promo battles and that kind of stuff. The face-offs, maybe they brawl at one point. Have a match, and inconclusive, they face off at the Rumble, obviously.
Yeah.
And then they're facing off on the Raw after the Rumble.
Oh, God.
And suddenly...
I just figured a good way to end Matt Hardy's broken or woken.
Yeah.
You bring Aleister Black up.
Ooh, and kick him in the head.
Not just that, but Aleister Black is like the right amount of intense to be able to just shut it down.
Yeah.
In a way that would be believable.
It would have to be in 2019.
Yeah.
Because they're going to keep Aleister in NXT for that long.
Ugh.
No. And that's good. Because they're building something good with him.
Yeah.
And I like your idea. But here's my idea.
I can't wait till they ruin a Velveteen Dream.
I really hope they don't. They will.
When they bring him up to the main roster.
Hopefully in 2019 so we can have
another Adam Rose.
Which is sad because Patrick Clark's a tremendous talent. But Bray and Matt are having a match Raw to the Rumble.
Yeah.
And
actually, they could push Velveteen Dream by partnering up with Goldust as his manager.
I don't know why they wouldn't do it. I don't know if Goldust is going to stick around that long. Put Goldust in NXT and have them have a match at a TakeOver. Something like that.
All right.
But Bray and Matt are having that match. Suddenly the lights go out. What the heck's going on? Suddenly in the ring, Sanity. Sanity, and they just lay waste. And you got Nikki Cross there biting the ropes and everything. Because that's what she does. She's a great wrestler, but anyway. Does that. And they do that after a bit, even though Bray and Matt try to have another match. Suddenly they realize we need to team up.
We should save the fantasy booking for a good video.
We should, and we'll do that at some point.
Yeah.
Let's just say this. It's like, it would involve the Hardys versus Sanity. the Hardys and Bray Wyatt versus Sandy. Now, Sheamus and Cesaro versus Sheamus and Cesaro versus Rollins and Ambrose. We've seen it before. It was fine. It was a well-worked match. DQ finish was brilliant. Kurt restarted the match. Reigns comes... No DQ match. Reigns comes down to chase off Joe.
Yeah.
Joe, is down there. It's a mess. The show's running way too long. Not this review. But running way too long. Joe comes down and attacks everybody. And then the talentless Samoa Joe comes down.
Right.
Sorry.
Samoan Joe, not Samoa Joe.
Reigns is actually talented, just not as much as Joe. But anyway.
Yeah.
Sheamus, of course, it's bro kick. Cesaro, 1, 2, 3. They keep the titles, and this could start the fractures of the newly reformed Shield.
Yes.
Which is what it should do. So, despite the ass commentary, despite the
constant replays.
But here's the thing: the replays I've come to expect. I'm doing my best to not factor that into the grade, despite the ass-tacular commentary. I'm gonna say for match quality B+. I'm going to say for match quality for the build and the way they're doing things.
Yeah.
And it'll come crashing right back down for the Christmas episode.
Of course.
But, what do you say, B+?
B+ sounds fair.
So it does. Anyway, we might do a fancy booking video at some point later this week.
Maybe.
Maybe. Why not? Anyway, hey, Mania card booking. We could come up with something like that tomorrow. Anyway, do you agree? Do you disagree with what we said? Do you think that Mania 34...
I disagree.
Okay, there we go. Gentlemen, it seems that we are not all in agreement. I disagree.
But by all means, please, leave it in the comments.
Nice DX sign there. Anyway, like, share, subscribe. Also, spend real honesty with Jonn Ritland. I'm Jonn Ritland. That...
Here's the Dominator.
Be back for SmackDown tomorrow. Yes. Yeah.